Hello. There we go. That wasn't a bit, that wasn't pre-planned. Welcome to the 2025 Marvel Fantastic Four London E-Prix and our pre-race team principals press conference ahead of rounds 15 and 16 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship here at the Excel Centre in London. On stage in front of me, our very own Fantastic Four. We've got James Barclay from Jaguar TCS Racing, Tommaso Volpe from Nissan Formula E team, Florian Modlinger from Tag Heuer Porsche Formula E team, and Phil Charles from DS Penske. And we'll start with James Barclay. The last hurrah, James, for you this season and for your time at Jaguar TCS Racing. How are your emotions coming into these last couple of races in charge?
For sure, it's a special weekend. It's bittersweet, as I've probably described to a few people. It's an amazing championship. It's been an absolute honour to bring Jaguar back to motorsport and to win world championships. So, yeah, I'm treating this also like, to some degree, like business as usual, right? We've got 2 more races to go. We've got a position to really fight for in this championship in the teams and the drivers and the manufacturers. So, yeah, 2 races to really get our heads down to hopefully finish on a great high this season, and then I'll enjoy celebrating with the team, and just being with the team this weekend is going to be very special. But for sure, at the end of 2 hard races, I've no doubt, that was when I can really think about it.
I feel like it might be obvious, but what's your greatest achievement while you've been at the helm of this team?
The greatest achievement is just pulling together an amazing group of people and achieving some wonderful results together. That is the biggest reward, is when you start with a blank sheet of paper and you build a team with great people that do incredible things, and you win world championships is very special. So yeah, it's the people that mean everything and representing the incredible brand that we have with Jaguar.
Speaking of incredible people, last weekend as well for Nick Cassidy with the team. What have you personally enjoyed the most about working with Nick?
He's an absolute pure racer in the sense that he absolutely just loves to race, and he's a very intelligent racing driver. He brings a lot to the team in terms of how he approaches his racecraft, the setup and development of the car. But it's pure hunger. He wants to win. He just wants to win at all costs, and he puts everything into it to be absolutely fair to get the results that he and the team do. And yeah, that's what we've seen with him in his time with us. He's been a formidable racer, and I think with the team, he's achieved some great results.
Well, best of luck this weekend. We know that London's been very good to you in the past. Tommaso, a small gap for you between yourselves and Porsche in the teams and the manufacturers' championship. How important is it for you that you have both drivers firing and scoring points this weekend?
Well, it's going to be crucial. So hopefully we can reduce or even invert the gap and finish in the weekend with at least another world championship.
You're running a very striking livery that I think a lot of people have been taking photos of and sharing so far this weekend. I'm sure it'll look great out there on track. It would obviously be a great time with this livery, with the new car that we've seen, the Nissan Leaf, out there, for you to win all 3 championships this year. How much would that mean for the company as a whole at this very important time?
Well, definitely, if you were to win the 3 championships, it would be an historical result also, because it's the first time you have 3 championships. So it's going to be tough, especially the team championship. The gap is very big. But as you said, we are running with this special livery because we wanted to use this last race of the season to celebrate the Nissan Leaf. We have just launched the new version, and this is the very first mass-produced electric vehicle. So we were pioneering in the industry, so we thought that if we win the manufacturer championship, which is the very first one, it could be a nice story to say that we pioneer also this championship. So this was a little bit the thinking behind.
And how much will you be paying attention to what Florian and the team at Tag Heuer Porsche are doing this weekend?
It's crucial. Last 2 races is all about, for these 2 championships, is all about Nissan and Porsche. So obviously, we have to look at each other, I guess, during the race, and adapting possibly during the race to what the other competitor is doing, for sure.
And finally, we've seen celebrations already from Oliver Rowland from what happened in Berlin. He'll be crowned as the champion this weekend. What have you enjoyed most about working with Oliver since he's come back into the team?
Well, definitely his performance, but no, I would say what is interesting working with Oliver, he came to the team in a moment when we were rebuilding it, and still we are. The job is not finished, and what was interesting since the day one was to hear him his feedback also, and the direction we wanted to give to the organization is not just driving our car, is also giving valuable input on the way we prepare to the races, obviously, like any other driver. But I would say that we try to go beyond that and to listen from his experience how we should optimize the way we work at the workshop as well, not just in the garage.
Okay, thank you very much. Hopefully we get some more memories for you here in London this weekend. And speaking of memories for you, Florian, some great memories from last year with Pascal winning the World Championship here at Excel.
Yeah, hello everyone. Clearly a very special venue, and with the memories we have from last year, which was a great success, first World Championship title for Porsche in Formula E, and also how we achieved it here. Therefore, always very happy to come back to this place and to this racetrack, and it's everything set up for an exciting weekend.
Where Pascal had to sort of come from behind to win that championship last year, this year you come into the Teams and Manufacturers Championships, but with a lead in both of those. How will you ensure that by the time these two races are done, you're ahead of these guys?
Yeah, first of all, the gaps are quite small. In the manufacturer, it's really small, and the teams are a bit more. We have to focus on the first race day to have a clean first race day to maximize the points. We are focusing on ourselves, and then we see where we are after the first race day and head into the second one. I think there's no different approach than the rest of the season.
As much as I say it would be an important victory in those two championships for Nissan, it would obviously be a huge moment for Tag Heuer Porsche as well, with a first Manufacturers Championship. How would that feel for the wider Porsche brand after missing out on Pascal retaining his championship this year?
Yeah, there we have to say I'm first of all very, very proud of the whole team and the development team at home, that we arrive again here and we are able to fight for 2 World Championship titles. Yes, the driver one is gone. There again, congrats to Olli Roland and Nissan. It was a superb season. We tried to keep it open until London, which we did not succeed. But really proud of the whole team that we are here up to fight for 2 World Championship titles. And this is, second year in a row arriving here. Also in season 9, we were quite well in the mix on the top. And this consistently being there and fighting for titles, I think under cost cap conditions, it's a thing which is very special, and I'm proud about, and great job from the whole team and the development team.
Perfect stuff. Thank you very much, Florian. On to you, Phil. You're currently sitting third in the Teams Championship, and you're going to want to stay there this weekend and be on that championship podium this weekend, well, this season.
Yeah, sure. So you're absolutely right. We'd love to stay there. And isn't it great for the championship? There are 4 teams that are snapping at our heels. It doesn't do me any good. The heart rate's already going, and I'm getting through 3 T-shirts a day. But isn't that brilliant? It means it's such a close race that we'll go into these 2 days. So I'm really looking forward to it. The team are all up for it. Tails are up, ready to go. But it's really close, and particularly these guys. With James sat next to me, it's his last race weekend, so we're hoping he has a bad one and we have a good one, but congratulations to him for all the amazing years he's had. So we're really looking forward to it. It should be great, and it'll come down to all the little things. So you've got to make sure you're on it in every respect. Even the setup, I mean, I'm on a slightly different setup on the chair already, so we're trying different things, but you've got to really work hard through the whole weekend, and we'll look for a really good outcome.
I don't know if dry cleaning and different chairs comes under the cost cap, but I'm sure that's a question.
It probably does.
Probably, yeah. You obviously know James incredibly well. You're going to miss him, I'm sure, seeing him around the paddock, even though you're on opposing sides now.
I'll miss him in the paddock, but we'll go and do some go-karting together at some point, and I'll beat him.
Say that like you're going to win.
I am. I will,
Yeah.
and it's not just because of the weight advantage, because we'll weight the carts correctly. But we'll continue the competition outside of this arena. But it's been some great years. We certainly shared. I think you mentioned journey. I've kind of said that to some other people as well. We had a great journey together, and started from a low. When I first joined with James, we were at the back, and we came through to win championships and lots of races. So you've got to be really proud. I think you mentioned that, and it's a great achievement to really develop like that. So yeah, some good times.
Maybe they can film the go-karting and we can watch it in the off-season. I'd love that.
Would
Regardless of what happens this weekend, then, how do you look back at this season for DS?
Yeah, so if you look at the school report, I think it would read for us that we've had some really good flashes, some really big potential. You know, we've won some races and had a 1-2, which was a fantastic thing, first time for the team, for Jay in particular. So we've had some really high flashes. We've also had some DNFs, and that's left some points on the table that we wish we brought home. But overall, pretty pleased. The team have worked really, really well, really, really pleased with the race group. We've got a really fantastic group of people there. So yeah, we just need to tidy up a few little bits and bobs here, but overall, pretty good.
Some potential change coming next year. Rumours swirling around about your driver lineup.
What, my shirt or?
I mean, how many changes are you on today? Is this the
Four
first?
already.
Four changes
no,
already?
I'm joking. It will be.
Yeah, lots of change rumoured, but I'm sure you're going to tell me absolutely nothing. But your driver lineup might look a bit different next year, I'm hearing?
Well, you like to squeeze me with some tricky questions, and that's another good one. I think I've been with you in the past. I like to answer the questions. I like to talk. But on the drivers and the group, the people, I always like to keep that close to my chest. What I can say is the colour of the car and the team as a general, that's going to be pretty damn similar. But we've got great drivers now. We'll have great drivers in the future. But if you don't mind, I'll keep that one close to the chest for a little bit longer.
That's fine. I will allow that.
It's not Max, but Max would be interesting in Formula E for sure.
Thank you very much. We have time for maybe one very quick question. If anyone would like to ask a question, please raise your hand in this room. Okay, here we go.
A question for Tommaso. So the gap in the manufacturer's standings is close, as you mentioned. You've obviously got McLaren with a Nissan powertrain as well. Is there any talks between the two teams, or any plans to work together to overthrow Porsche?
Well, of course we talk and we try to maximize the result for both, but I think there is no special strategy here. They still fight to improve their ranking in the team championship, so of course they want to maximize their points, and this would benefit us as well. I wouldn't say there is not a different approach than other races before. We try not to get too much in trouble between us. And other than this, we compete because we also have the team championship, and then it's pretty much similar to other races.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I let you go, I just want to say from everyone at Formula E, James, it's been great chatting to you over the years. I know I've only done it for a few years, but everyone here will miss you, and have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, thanks, guys. Cheers.
Thank you.
Please stay where you are. The drivers will be through in just a second. This is the pre-race drivers' press conference ahead of the 2025 Marvel Fantastic Four London E-Prix, rounds 15 and 16 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship here at Excel Centre in London. Not a Fantastic Four in front, but a Fantastic Three. Oliver Rowland from Nissan Formula E team, our brand new world champion. Taylor Barnard from Neil McLaren Formula E team. And of course, Dan Ticktum from Cupra Kiro. We'll start with the champ. 12 days since you clinched the championship in Berlin. What have those last 12 days look like for you?
Quite busy. Lots of events and trying to celebrate a little bit the championship, spending time with family. Also trying to prepare for this race, which is important for the team. So, I wouldn't say there's been too many celebrations yet, but I guess they're to come after this weekend.
We saw Oasis was one of the ways you celebrated. We got a favourite song by Noel and Liam. There's only one answer. Bear in mind you're at Formula E. She's electric.
Honestly, they were all great, but cigarettes and alcohol was probably my favourite.
Yeah. Are they as good as people say they are?
Yeah, honestly, it was amazing. I was expecting maybe to be not quite as good as what they were back in the day, but for me, it was every bit as good, and it was mega.
There's probably some comeback reference between you and them, and we can go down, but let's not. How different is it going to be then this weekend? Knowing that pressure's off for you personally in your championship, that's done and dusted, but obviously fighting for two different championships for the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little bit different. I definitely feel a bit lighter and a bit less pressure than at the last four races. The way I see it really is I'm going to come to probably one of the first races in my career where I can kind of relax, enjoy it. In the team's championship, I feel like really we've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So, we're a little bit away from Porsche in the team's championship, but I still think it's reachable, so we'll do our best. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But, I'm seeing it as a bit of a challenge and, looking forward to the weekend. Just looking forward to driving freely and hopefully I can do a good job.
I'd imagine qualifying is going to be quite important here in London. What kind of conversations have you and Norman had about where you need to be come the start of that first race?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we think about different permutations when we're in the sim. you can only really plan on Saturday after qualifying for the race. I think for qualifying especially, we'll try and get the car in a good place throughout FP1 and FP2, and then it's down to each individual to extract the most from the car, and hopefully we can both do that in both sessions on Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll see what's available on strategy, but I think, yeah, as you said, the priority is to try and get 2 cars at the front in both races, because overtaking can be difficult here, not impossible. I think I won from 9th with a similar energy target last year, so I don't think it's impossible, and with the new attack mode, probably even easier to move forward, but yeah, we'll see on the weekend, but at first we just have to try and get the car towards the front.
New livery on the car this weekend. Are you a fan of the blue?
Yeah. It's okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to put you in a tricky spot there. And obviously, you know, this track at London is not coming to an end immediately, but it's been a track that's thrown up some epic racing before, and next year will probably be the last year that we race here at Excel. Are you a fan of the indoor-outdoor dynamic? And probably pleased to say it's maybe not raining, because that can cause a bit of chaos.
Yeah, at least the weather's good. I think the last 5 events we've had torrential rain on at least one of the days. So Sunday looks like it could be around, but not too much. Honestly, I really like the track from a single lap perspective, getting close to the walls, having different tarmacs in and out. I think it's a challenge for the drivers to get the most out of the car, so I really like the track. From a racing perspective, it can be a little bit more difficult to pass, but hopefully with the pit boost and the attack mode being more powerful this year, it can make the races slightly more interesting. But for me, over 1 lap, it's one of the best tracks this season. Okay,
well, we look forward to it. Best of luck. Taylor, an outstanding year for you so far. Obviously, your rookie season, multiple podiums, pole positions, a fastest lap, records broken as the youngest driver to do certain things. There's only one thing missing. Is it going to happen this weekend, that race win?
Yeah, I'm
Not
well
to add
aware
pressure.
of that. I mean, to do that at home would be amazing. Of course, I'll try to do my best. I'm fighting for second in the Drivers' Championship as well, so it's not that I want to get the win just to win. Of course, I need to get the points as well. So it's definitely the aim and the target, but if it's actually possible, we'll see after qualifying. Of course, you mentioned that it's quite difficult to overtake here in the races, so we'll do our best, and like Ollie said, we'll see what's available after quali in terms of strategy.
Now, you started your career in Formula E by standing in for Sam Bird last season. You've then become his teammate this season. As that partnership comes to an end this weekend, how has Sam personally helped you both on and off the track?
Yeah, I mean, he's been the best teammate I've had so far in my career by a mile. When he took me in as his teammate at the start of this year, he was super helpful, of course, one of the most experienced drivers in Formula E. I thank him for so much and what he's helped me for, not just on the track, but off the track as well. With media was actually one of the things that I struggle with the most, and him just explaining how he deals with it and how he tries to put himself out in front of the camera was one of the biggest helps to me. So I have a lot of thanks to say to him, which I can't get out all right now, but yeah, he's been a great teammate to me this year.
And given that, you know, you need points and you can secure second place in the championship, if Sam's in a position where he's ahead of you, you need that place, the team aren't going to be affected by the results, do you think you'd even need to ask Sam to maybe let you through?
I don't think I would need to ask him, but if we were first and second, I would definitely not want to take a win away from him, especially if this is to be his last weekend in Formula E, then I would never want to do that. If he's in the lead, of course, he deserves to win the race. If we were in P7 and P8 and it meant the difference, I think I wouldn't even need to ask twice. I think he would do it. And of course, it wouldn't change the team's championship either. So I don't think there'd be any issues there. But of course, I want Sam to do the best that he can as well this weekend for himself.
Of course, obviously, not just for Sam, but a very emotional weekend for everyone involved in the team, with McLaren leaving the championship after this weekend. You must want to really go out on a high for everyone involved in the team for the last few years.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the team deserve a good weekend, a good send-off. We're fighting for the manufacturer championship with Nissan, the team's championship third position, myself in the drivers' championship. So there's lots of reasons why we need to go out on a high, but I think the biggest one's definitely to give the team a good send-off as they deserve after the last few years they've had in the championship. And yeah, I mean, the team's amazing. Everyone's such a great personality in the team, and I think they deserve a good result as the last weekend.
Okay, best of luck this weekend. Dan, come to you. First question. What's the horse all about? We've all seen it.
It's a Cupra thing. I wasn't really aware much until this weekend, and someone told me before I got here that I'd have to be riding a horse around the track.
You've ridden a horse before?
I have ridden a horse. I'm not a fan, to be honest. 1 horsepower, mate. It's pathetic.
What's the horse's name? Levi?
Levi. The horse was actually lovely. He's a very beautiful
Professional
animal.
horse, I heard.
Yeah.
Just stood there for 2 hours,
He just chills, yeah. It's quite good. There's no mess on the track. It's good. No mess.
Excellent stuff.
Not that I was aware of, anyway, yeah.
Obviously, a lot has changed for the team since we were here last season. How does it feel to go into a home race, possibly, well, probably definitely for the first time in Formula E, with a chance to actually win the race with a car that can do that for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice feeling. I think on paper this has been one of my stronger tracks. I mean, not anyone really remembers because obviously I've been in a terrible car apart from this weekend. So, yeah, it's on paper I think our car's very good at the twisty street tracks. So I've always been looking forward to this one for a while, and I think this is one of my stronger tracks as well. So yeah, it's obviously everyone asks the question, what's it like to do it at home and all that, but you know, we all approach each race the same. But obviously it'd be very special if you have a good result and you know, you've got friends, family and all the good British people around. So yeah.
I think the best highlight that we've got from you racing here is you drifting into the pits. I think it was last year.
Yeah, well that's, I'll probably do it. Sunday I might do like a drift lap of honour on because I need the tyres. Need to keep the tyres really.
Yeah.
But I mean, last year it didn't matter because we were going to be last anyway. So I just like fuck it. I'll just
look at
do a bit of drifting.
and this
so.
highlights the maturity.
I actually care now, believe it or not.
Yeah, we've seen the maturity over the last 12 months. If we were to erase that highlight and maybe put a new highlight in, what kind of highlight would you want from this weekend?
I think obviously the Jakarta win was very special. There was some fortune involved in that, like there are a lot in Formula E races. I think you know to have a win fully on merit, you know, where you know, let's say the strategy's a bit, you know, we don't know what to do. I make a call for attack mode, sort of by myself, and you know, overtake well, defend well, and you know, have a race that's fully on merit, which is quite tough to do in Formula E because they're so unpredictable. But yeah, qualify top 3, I think. And try and get another win would be marvellous.
We've obviously got an eye on next season already. Given the progress that we've seen this year, which has been massive for the team, what do you think is achievable with a sort of proper crack at the next season, knowing that you've achieved some big things this year and things are looking pretty good?
Well, yeah, I mean, again, after Jakarta, I was actually quite frustrated because I saw where I was in the teams in the Drivers' Championship, and it was, you know, in the top 5 and. I just thought, you know, what if we'd scored a few more points and hit the ground running at the beginning of the year? So it was a tough old chore for us to do that, you know, with only 6 weeks to prepare before the season. But, yeah, I mean, I think going into next year, if we can hit the ground running a bit, yeah, I think should be more positive. I mean, back to Miami earlier in the year, I was quite unlucky with the red flag, and there's been a bit of bad luck and... You know, but look, realistically, I don't think we're the strongest team even now, but like I think we're still going to improve. I think we're getting to the top of the curve. It's going to start to tail off a little bit. But yeah, I've really enjoyed working with the team. Amazing, still quite a small team, incredible group of people, to be honest, some very talented people in there. And, you know, we've come from, you know, struggling, well, for many years and now in a good car, and they've really done quite well this year. So yeah, it's good.
I know we've got team investor Idris Elba here this weekend, and you're very keen to work with him away from motorsport. You want to make some music with him.
Yeah,
it's quite well known.
That'd be pretty cool.
Have you had time to think about what your DJ name would be alongside Idris?
Asked me this yesterday.
Because
no,
he's DJ Driss. You've got you've had 24 hours.
I'll think of something. You can't put me on the spot like that. It needs thought.
Okay, fine. We've got time for a couple of questions. If you'd like to ask a question to any of our drivers, please raise your hand.
Hi, LevStockmanMotorsportMagazine.com. Question to Ollie. I'm sure you have seen the reports that Norman has been told, apparently, that he will stay on with the team next year. Obviously, there was quite a big points difference this year. We all know that doesn't always tell the full story. So how would you feel about another season next to Norman?
I haven't seen any official confirmation, but just to point out on Norman's season, honestly, like I think he's been quite unlucky at times. He's pushed me in various free practices and qualifying where he's actually been close, particularly like Tokyo, tracks like that. So I don't think his point score really reflects his true championship position. I'm sure if you asked him, there'd be areas which he can improve throughout the season. But yeah, I think if you reference the points difference between us, I think I've been fortunate in some times and he's been unfortunate. So I think the gap itself doesn't properly show the full season. But yeah, I mean, good luck to him, and he's been a pleasure having a teammate, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Thank you very much. Time for one more quick one if anyone's got a question. Okay, at the front.
Dan Lloyd, Race Car Engineering. Question for all three of you. Have any of you done any early sim work on the Gen 4 car yet, or is that still? Okay.
Not yet.
Well, off the back of that, obviously regulations have been out for a little bit. From what you've seen and heard, what excites you about the next generation of Formula E cars now that we know a few more details about them?
It's going to be a beast, I think. The simulation and the speed trace numbers I've seen, the car's going to be a proper car. So I think the pace will be arguably quicker than F2. And yeah, when you look at even the G long traces of the car and how it sustains it down the straight, they're going to be extremely fast. Of course, I think Formula E and the FIA need to think about which tracks we go to and how we manage the power on certain tracks maybe, but I think, yeah, it's going to be a proper racing car, and I think from a Formula E's perspective, it will put us on a map in terms of like proper cars.
Anything to add?
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think I'm not going to say too much about the Gen 3 car, but I'm not the biggest fan. And seeing some of the mock-ups and the car, which I wasn't supposed to see from someone I can't say, but it does look a lot better. So I think, you know, Formula E has arguably always been in a funny time, and I don't think Gen 3 has been particularly helpful. You need a car that looks good, and I think the Gen 4 is going to be that's for sure. And it's going to be, fast, which is also good. So.
Yeah, from me, I mean, I've not really seen anything about it so far. I know it's going to be a lot quicker, which is obviously exciting, but yeah, my focus was on this year and just finishing off strong, and then whatever the future may hold, then I will turn my attention to that.
Perfect. Well, thank you to our drivers. Thank you for your questions. You'll be able to speak to all of the drivers outside this room at the media pen in about 2 minutes' time.